It's already a process, already a process. I've never juiced anything before, and that was, I'm gonna go ahead and say it was satisfying, but also like mildly terrifying. I feel healthier already. This is the finished product. So I guess the moment of truth, let's see what it tastes like. It's not bad. I don't mind it, but I also really like the taste of celery, so maybe that's it. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dempsey if you have not been here before, and today we are talking about celery juice. I drank celery juice for 14 days straight, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience with it and whether or not I think you guys should give it a try. Celery juice is the latest trend that is taking social media by storm. Everyone from Gwyneth Paltrow to Kim Kardashian to Robert De Niro is drinking celery juice. Currently on Instagram, the hashtag celery juice has 102,000 posts, and the Instagram celery juice benefits has 227,000 followers. Obviously people have been drinking celery juice for years, but the reason that it has gained popularity in the last, I guess, a year, but really gained popularity in the past couple months is because of a man by the name of Anthony William, who is known by most as the medical medium. He is a New York Times bestselling author who uses his gift to read people and tell them how to regain their health and heal themselves. How do you do it? It's very simple. You drink 16 ounces of fresh celery juice every morning on an empty stomach before you eat or drink anything else, and then you wait 15 to 30 minutes before you put anything else in your stomach. Very simple, pretty straightforward. The claim is that it has sweeping health benefits. William claims that it creates health benefits for all sorts of conditions, acute and chronic ailments and illnesses, everything from digestive issues to skin issues to autoimmune diseases to brain fog to fatigue. Celery juice is meant to make all of these things better. So there technically is no science that backs up all of these claims. There's a lot of controversy around the topic. I'm not even gonna pretend like I can summarize this. I'm just gonna read this straight from the internet. This is a quote from William. In celery, there are undiscovered sodium subgroups, so it's not just salt. It's called cluster salts that haven't been taken apart by science. There's no reason for science and research to care about a celery stick. There's no reason to fund celery research. But the point is there are cluster sodium subgroups and cluster salts that have the ability to kill off pathogens. So you can understand why mainstream media is sort of tearing this idea apart. I will never knock something until I have tried it. The three things that I was really looking to see if there was a change in were my digestion, my skin, and my energy levels. So those are the three things that I'm going to touch on today. I initially planned to try this for 1 week because that is what a lot of people are doing. That's like the celery juice challenge everywhere. But I didn't really notice any differences after 1 week, so I let it go for 2 weeks, and that's what I'm going to talk about. A little background on my health. In terms of my digestion, I have a whole plethora of digestive issues. I have delayed gastric emptying / possibly gastroparesis. I have SIBO, which stands for small intestine bacterial overgrowth, possibly SIFO as well, which would be a fungal overgrowth in my small intestine. In terms of my skin, I do deal with acne, mainly hormonal acne, and energy levels. I'm tired. Isn't everyone tired? I don't know. I'm tired. Overall, my experience, I would say it was an adjustment. It was definitely an adjustment to do this every morning. I love starting my day with a cold brew with a splash of oat milk, and having to get up and first make 16 ounces of celery juice was something that I wasn't used to, and that took a little bit of time for me to get in a routine of doing. It's a process. After a few days of doing it, I kind of realized how to streamline the process. I would wash my celery the night before, chop it up and everything so that I could get up and just make the juice and not have to deal with the prep for it. It still is a whole step that you have to add into your routine. I personally don't mind the taste. A lot of people say that it's disgusting and they can barely stomach it. I really like the taste of celery, so maybe that's why I like the taste. I don't know. Do you like it?
It's not too bad.
It's not bad. So let's talk about the first thing, digestion. I didn't notice any drastic differences in my digestion. I had the same amount of bloating that I normally do. For the most part, my bowel movements were the same as well. I will say that it made me go to the bathroom a little bit more, slash, I'm sorry if this is TMI, it makes your stools looser. People saying that they had massive improvements in their digestive health. I just didn't experience that. I will put a disclaimer on this. I do have a pretty challenging and unique situation with my digestive system. I've seen a whole bunch of doctors and I wouldn't expect adding this one thing into my routine to make a huge difference, just because I don't just have a little bit of bloating, I have a lot of stuff going on. In terms of my skin, I will say that my acne has been a little bit better, not the first week, but the second week that I was doing celery juice. I want to emphasize that this is very slight improvement. My skin goes through good and bad phases, so there could be a whole bunch of different factors going into that. My diet in general, where I am in my cycle, if I was cleaning my face well. Skin is very complicated, but I did notice less breakouts, and the breakouts that I did have weren't really intense. They were going away faster than what they normally do. But again, nothing crazy. In terms of my energy levels, I didn't necessarily notice a massive difference in terms of my energy levels throughout the day, but I will say that, like I said earlier, I love my coffee. I have 1 cup a day and that's it. I don't over consume caffeine. I do like to start my day with a coffee. I did notice that after I had my 16 ounces of celery juice, I craved coffee less. On the days that I did go and get coffee, I found myself not drinking the entire thing. I would drink 3/4 or maybe half of my cold brew, but not the full cup. It could just be that I like starting my day with a beverage. It could be that I just felt healthy and energized starting my day with a green and hydrating juice, but I definitely had less of an urge to go and get a coffee, less of a need to do that. Overall, my biggest takeaway from it, I didn't notice any drastic improvements. Everything was very slight and subtle. Drawbacks. It's a process. I think that would be the biggest negative. It's a process. As streamlined as you make it, you have to prepare the celery. You're gonna have to get up a little bit earlier if you do have a strict schedule. For me personally, I have places that I have to get up and be early in the morning on certain days of the week, and I value that extra 15 minutes of sleep that I can get. I resented the fact that I had to get up and juice celery, and then the juicer would wake up my boyfriend. And then he would be mad. He wasn't actually mad. Regardless of how streamlined you make it, it's still a process. You still have to clean the juicer. Juicers are a pain in the ass to clean. Buying celery can get expensive. To make 1 16-ounce glass of celery, you need basically an entire stalk of it. You're buying a lot of celery. You're going through a lot of celery. Should you try it? If you have a juicer, if you have the money to spend on celery, I say try it. Certainly not gonna hurt you. Obviously, everyone's body is different. Everyone's body is gonna react differently to different things. And the only way to know if you're gonna experience benefits is to try it yourself and see what happens. So my overall thoughts on celery juice, it's not a cure-all, it's not a magic pill. There isn't a magic pill. I hope there is one day. You can't eat a diet full of processed foods, not exercise, drink tons of alcohol, and then drink celery juice every morning and expect to be the picture of health. It just doesn't work like that. My diet is very clean to begin with. I wouldn't expect to notice massive changes from just adding this one thing into my routine. I don't want to assume anything, but I do feel like a lot of the really remarkable transformations are coming from people who might be coming from a really unhealthy lifestyle and making a bunch of changes into their life, eating a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. Obviously, if you're coming from that and making all of these changes, you're gonna notice a massive difference. Will I continue? I'm gonna take a week off and see if I notice any difference in the 3 things that I talked about, my digestion, my skin, and my energy levels. And then I don't see myself doing it every day. I don't think that it fits with my lifestyle right now. But I do think I'm gonna try to maybe do celery juice a couple times a week and swap it out for my coffee on those days. I don't know, maybe I'm onto something. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. If you aren't already, be sure to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And let me know if there's any other health trends, fitness trends, diet trends that you'd like me to try and make videos about. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week.